difference of squares is another kind of factoring that is going to come up super, super often. And it has a very simple formula that goes with it. So if you have anything squared minus anything squared, it will always factor to the first plus the second times the first minus the second. Now, the most important thing to remember here is this is only going to work for a difference, meaning if there is something squared minus something squared. If there is a plus sign, this will not factor. It is prime, it doesn't factor. So if we look at our first example here, we can see that this is x squared minus 25 is 5 squared. So first plus second, first minus second. It will always work in that manner. If we look at the second one, this one's a little more complicated because, okay, what is 1, but it's 1 squared? And if you think about it, what squared gives us 9? A 3. And then x squared gives us x squared, right? So what is the thing that we're squaring to get 9x squared? We're squaring 3x. So you got to square root both pieces. And now this is going to factor to first plus second, first minus second. Nice, fast, quick. We always want to think about those. Our next one looks a little bit difficult, but remember, anything with an even exponent, we can just divide it by 2 because a power to a power is multiply. So x cubed squared is x to the 6th. And okay, square root of 16 is 4. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 6 squared, that's going to be 6 times 2 is 12. So we have our two things that are being squared, and it's going to be first plus second, first minus second. Very, very quickly, that's where we get our difference of squares. Now, as with anything, you always want to look for a greatest common factor that comes out first. If I look at 50 and 8, those are both divisible by 2, so I'll take out a 2 because if I'm looking at 50, I'm going, that's not a perfect square. How is this going to work? Well, they're both divisible by 2, and both of these have an x squared in them. Let's remember factoring out a greatest common factor is dividing. So 50 divided by 2 is 25. X squared divided by x is 1, so we're done there. 8 divided by 2 is 4. X to the 8th divided by x squared is x to the 6th. And now we can factor that into first plus second, first minus second. So that'll be 5 plus 4x cubed and 5 minus 4x cubed.